Hello, my name is Karmen McKinley. I will be your group leader for our substance abuse addiction group. This is a group to create a safe space and environment for you to be able to just talk out your feelings and help you on your road to recovery. How are you doing today? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. I'm a little apprehensive about being here. This is one of my first time doing groups. What brought me here is that my family was very concerned in regards to my overall health. I haven't been myself probably in the last 6 months due to a recent death in my family. My mother, who was very close to me, she transitioned and very abruptly, and so it's been taking me a while to accept the fact that she's no longer here. So I've started engaging in things to assist me in getting my mind off things, whether it's working more hours or whether it's engaging in alcohol and sometimes drugs.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you're a little bit hesitant about being in the group. Recently, you've had a loss. And so, with that loss, you have turned to other things to try and get your mind off of it, such as drugs or alcohol, or even being distracted with work.
Correct.
Okay. And you said your form of abuse again is drugs or alcohol. Do you use one more than the other?
Um, I probably use drugs more than alcohol, um, due to the severe side effects of alcohol, as far as um, it can cause kidney damages as well as affect your blood pressure. So I've been probably smoking more marijuana than usual.
Okay, and when you indulge in the use of marijuana, how does that make you feel? What are your triggers to make you want to use marijuana or to be indulging in alcohol?
Um, Lately, it's been birthdays, anniversaries, a few holidays that we've had in the past 6 months. Just things that uh, remind me of my mother, things that we used to do. We used to celebrate all holidays together. Her birthday was just this past September. So I'm just used to her being here, us going out to eat, going on trips together. So those things are probably my biggest triggers, like um, having to accept the fact that she's no longer here.
Okay. And so what I'm hearing you say is that the patterns are holidays, things that you all used to do together, such as spending the holidays together, or just merely going out to eat. Those repetitious things that you're used to doing with your mother, those are those triggers that, or those patterns that cause your triggers to take place, which thus leads you to your substance abuse, as you've mentioned, such as the marijuana and alcohol.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
As well
And
as
then
um, uh, my siblings and I haven't been in a great space neither since the transition of my mother. So we've been all s- separated, doing our own thing. We haven't been able to find a common ground or anything, so we haven't been communicating a lot.
okay, so you really don't have anyone else to talk to because your siblings are not in a good space with you. How was your relationship with your siblings prior to the transitioning of your mom?
Because we all live in different states, we wasn't as close as we were before. But we would come together at least at the very minimum once a year, sometimes twice. But since the transition, there's been a lot of disagreements in regards to property and monetary things that my mom left behind. So we've been fighting over that, and just throughout the entire process of the funeral, we wasn't agreeing in regards to funeral arrangements. So it's just been very hard on on everyone. So we haven't particularly um, spoken to one another since she transitioned 6 months ago.
I am definitely sorry to hear that this is the place that you are mentally and also physically with your siblings and your family as it relates to dealing and coping with the loss of your mom. So I know you mentioned at the top of our discussion that you were hesitant about being in this group. This is your first time being in this group. So do you think being in this group will get you in a position so you will be able to better cope with things that are going on with you as it relates to your substance abuse?
I hope so. Again, I haven't particularly done therapy before. I've always been a private person, so engaging in such activities I hope to assist me open up more and have that support that I think that I desperately need.
And what steered you to participate in a group?
Just not particularly knowing the outcome of it. I didn't know whether it was going to be a situation where I'm in a group and we're explaining our different situations, and it could possibly get out in the public. I am kind of known in my local city, so to have those rumors or maybe even facts floating around could be very devastating to my reputation.
I understand. And so, does your present behavior have a reasonable chance of getting you what you want now? Because I just want to know, like, um, what are you looking for to gain from the group? So if you're continuing to be triggered and use alcohol or use marijuana, will your present behavior continue to get you what you want because you want to move past this? But if you are continuing to indulge in these activities, how do you serve a purpose with being in this group?
Um, I'm hoping um, that this group will assist me in various coping skills that would aid in the process of me healing. Um, Currently, right now, what I'm doing right now is currently not working. Um, Hence why I'm here. Um, and so I think just by having that support could really push me and also challenge me to think out the box in regards to just thinking like a certain way as far as like how I handle things. If I get overwhelmed, I'm engaging in, alcohol and drugs, and, I could, possibly, injure myself or maybe someone else, so I've just been in a place where I really want like change in my life. And so, um, and mainly because I don't particularly have support, family support, um, it's very important that I at least try to see what's out there. And even if I like it, great. If I don't, then maybe I need to talk to my therapist about doing something else. But yeah, I'm just eager to see um, what will come from this group session.
Okay, well, I just want to reiterate that this group is the purpose of it is to assist those who are struggling with substance abuse and creating a safe space for you to be able to express your fears and also say what your expectations are as you've just done. And we will work actively together to create that safe environment and that space for you that's acceptable, in which you and your fellow group members will be able to have open and honest dialogue. And also to know that everything that you mentioned within the group is confidential. I know you mentioned earlier that you were concerned that some of this information may get out in the public or in your community that you're known in. But I want to assure you that this group prides itself on being a safe environment for you to be able to talk out your feelings and your emotions, and again, to be able to have that dialogue with other group members who are struggling with addiction and substance abuse or maybe going through similar things such as yourself. So we look to provide an environment of support with group interaction and also participation. And so therefore, it will be one of your responsibilities in the group to make sure that you participate with engaging with your other group members and not feel shy or sheltered or worried or concerned that information will get out. Another thing I wanted to ask you is that when these triggers or patterns come up, such as holidays, birthdays, or those moments that you would share going to dinner with your mom, do you keep like a list of stay busy activities, which would be a good coping mechanism for you?
Not particularly. I work a lot of hours already, so I usually just continue to engage in my work, which often leads to me leaving work late and then going to a bar, having something to or a couple of drinks and as well as maybe some food.
I would suggest to you to write a list of some activities that can keep you busy and give you other options besides continuing to work hours, which will cause burnout on your job, with you not being as effective as you could be in your position. Some stay busy activities that I can suggest to you is like maybe writing in a journal, listening to some healing music, going for a job, maybe cooking your favorite meal, doing some activities that you really enjoy that can take your mind off of and kind of steer you away from those triggers that would set you off to want to go back and indulge in participating in drugs or alcohol use. Doing those stay busy activities is healthy for you and also allows you to participate in some healthy, wholesome activities besides the negative, toxic behaviors that you're continuing to engage in because of how you're feeling. So I will want you to write a list of those things that you enjoy outside of work or going to a bar and going making that your go-to first before you and just indulge in the temptation of going to have a drink or having smoking marijuana. Just go to those activities first for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. I've thoroughly enjoyed your discussion, and I'm going to take some time to see if this group is something that you will be able to benefit from, both from my point of view and from your point of view, to see how we can move you forward into a productive recovery, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate um your time. I appreciate you for explaining the terms and conditions of the group. I also uh, appreciate you for ensuring me that everything that's mentioned in the group is confidential because that was very um I was very worried about that because I didn't want like any of this information to get out because if it does, it could like again, it could definitely ruin my reputation and possibly my livelihood. So I definitely
I
appreciate it.
totally understand. And again, everything is confidential within this group. I hear your concerns. Your concerns are valid, and I will do everything possible to make sure, again, that this is a safe environment for you to be able to be comfortable with sharing your experiences. And I will be in touch with you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.